Greetings, fiends. For the longest time, I thought rumors of a third Night Stalker film were just that, rumors. Until now. There was indeed a third film script or teleplay written by Richard Matheson and William F. Nolan, and that script exists today. So what happened to the third movie? First, a little background on the Night Stalker series. The original TV movie, The Night Stalker, premiered on ABC's Movie of the Week in 1972.
May I introduce myself? My name is Kolchak of the Daily Chronicle.
At the time, The Night Stalker garnered the highest viewer rating in television history. Due to its astounding success, the sequel, The Night Strangler, was immediately produced and televised in 1973. Both were produced by Dan Curtis and written by Jeffrey Grant Rice and Richard Matheson. The Night Stalker was directed by John Llewellyn Moxey, and The Night Strangler was directed by Dan Curtis. In 1974, the Night Stalker TV series was produced, sadly only lasting one season. But a third movie was planned, The Night Killers. The countdown to terror has begun.
The signal's getting stronger now. It won't be long.
Come quick! The monster done ate my pappy!
Do you really think this was a bear duck?
Highly unlikely.
First man on Mars. Once he was human.
There's something shiny in the rock. This is really starting to sting.
Now a bloodthirsty monster, killing and devouring the young, and not so innocent.
Let's take a look at this, huh?
I'm gonna blast the thing back to hell.
Oh, shit.
First man on Mars.
You mean there's aliens out here? Shit, I don't want to get ducted in anal.
This film is not rated. The Night Killers was a proposed third telefilm, a sequel to The Night Stalker and The Night Strangler. The basic premise finds our intrepid reporter Carl Kolchak, perfectly played by the great Darren McGavin, working in the hula state of Hawaii. Simon Oakland as Tony Vincenzo returns as Kolchak's boss, but instead of a supernatural threat like zombies or vampires, the Night Killers took a decidedly more science fiction angle. In the story, mysterious beings in a UFO plant alien robots in key government positions in an attempt to colonize the Earth. And here is a more detailed description from everything2.com. Quote, aliens from outer space have landed in a UFO on Oahu, Hawaii. They are surreptitiously ambushing important public figures and replacing them with almost indistinguishable androids. Meanwhile, as the conspiracy with the androids nears completion, Tony Vincenzo, now a relaxed and mellow man from his time on the islands, calls Carl Kolchak in snowy New York City. Llewellyn Crossbender, the publisher who had sacked Carl in The Night Strangler and killed his story, nevertheless respects his abilities and has hired him again, with a strict warning to behave. Carl's first story is to write a puff piece commemorating the recently deceased lieutenant governor who died in an explosion in the emergency room after being in a freak auto accident. When Carl tries to discover something about the accident, he finds that all of the people in the emergency room when the lieutenant governor was being treated were either killed outright by an exploding oxygen cylinder or turned up mysteriously dead later. Likewise, everyone else Carl tries to contact for information turns up dead. As always, the police chief hates Carl and won't have anything of what he's selling, even though Carl comes up with an unmistakable pattern of murders. The investigation finally brings Carl to an atomic plant, where he discovers that robotic androids are being produced to be substituted for the people who pull the strings in Hawaii. The androids are atomic powered, and when damaged, go critical and explode. Hence the emergency room explosion, where the, in parentheses, as it turns out, Lieutenant Governor's double was being treated. The climax of the story comes when Hawaii's top officials chase Carl out of the plant. As in the Night Strangler, Carl has had his girl accomplice send for the police just in time. The android bigwigs order the police to arrest Kolchak. That will be the end of him, because he has already seen an android being manufactured with his features on it. Kolchak grabs a submachine gun from one of his captors and sprays the nabobs with bullets. They explode in front of everyone, proving his case. Unquote. Yes, I would have liked to have seen this. Unfortunately, they canned the production in favor of doing the series, which barely lasted a season. There are some great episodes in the series, but the penny-pinching network all but assured the Kolchak series a failure from the get-go.
Darren McGavin stars as Kolchak, the Night Stalker.
Fortunately, you can get the 2 movies and the entire series on DVD or Blu-ray, and I've seen a few of the episodes along with the movies on YouTube and elsewhere. You can also get the Night Killer's script in a book called Richard Matheson's Kolchak Scripts, available in hardcover on Amazon for a mere $4,870. What the hell? If anyone knows where I can download this book online, please let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, please like and subscribe. Thank you.
Friday on the CBS Slate movie. Anyone can spot a vampire from 30 yards.
Tell me, did Mr. Mitchell have a couple of puncture marks on his throat?
But Kolchak's got to get the one disguised as a pretty girl. And she's got a way of knocking a guy off his feet if he's not careful, which can be a real pain in the neck.
The 2 victims that were killed in this apartment were killed for food by a vampire. A real one.
Darren McGavin crosses one as the Night Stalker.